Hey everyone, welcome back to Love Wins, where the truth matters because it's the truth that sets us free. I do have another program on a website called FreshAngle.ca. It's a series on the women of the Bible. It airs every weekday, every Sunday on a radio program locally. People have wanted me to share that here, so I'm doing so. FreshAngle.ca. All right, we're jumping back into Matthew chapter 2 today. We're discovering what is Jesus like? And I cannot stress to you enough how much it matters if we're going to be pursuing religion, if we're going to be seeking after God, if we're going to be seeking after truth. Knowing who Jesus is and what he's like is the most important thing. It's not an important thing, it's the most important thing. Today's presentation is going to be a little bit controversial. It's not meant to be, but it will trigger some people. I apologize for that in advance. So here we go. When the wise men showed up in Jerusalem looking for he who is born King of the Jews, we've come, we might worship him, it caused quite a stir. Number one, it caused a stir because Jerusalem had no idea where he was, weren't ready for him, weren't looking for him, didn't know about him, or had heard about him and ignored it because, I mean, come on. The Messiah is not going to come and be born amongst a bunch of animals in Bethlehem. It's not going to happen. Whatever the cases were, whatever the reasons were, it was a non-issue. A year had passed. Jesus was at least a year old, if not close to 2 years old at this point. And nothing. He was not on the radar of the Jewish people. That alone should be alarming. That we can be highly religious, highly self-important, thinking that we have all the answers, that we know everything, and yet the main thing that we're supposed to know, we don't know. The thing that we're supposed to be about, we don't know. The one we're waiting for, we're ignorant. Like, how could we be that far off? If they were that far off, do not fool yourself, and I cannot fool myself, that we could not also be that far off. Secondly, when Herod discovers, the king of the Jews, and he was Jewish too, when he discovers that there is a baby, and that baby is to be the next Messiah, the Messiah, and in his mind, the next king, he freaks out. And he has all the babies killed in trying to kill Jesus. So you have two things going on. You have the people unaware and unprepared for their own Messiah, and you have the leader of the people killing that Messiah to save his own skin. Here's where it's going to feel political, and it's not meant to be, but it is meant to shake us up and wake us up and make us think about what we're really about as individuals and as a society. The Jews were looking and expecting. They were looking for and expecting someone to come like King David had been and Solomon had been, kind of fused together. King David aspect to get rid of their enemies, and Solomon aspect to build an empire. In other words, they were looking to make Israel great again. And you know that slogan, and I'm not here to bash a political party or a political candidate or anything. I'm just telling you that slogan was used and it was successful. I'm talking about the slogan and the ideology behind it, not the people or the party. That people are looking to make America great again means their focus is on the here and the now. Herod's focus was so much on the here and now that he was willing to risk killing the Messiah that Israel was waiting for in order to preserve his own tenuous grasp on his throne. Talk about being obsessed with the here and now. Now, flip that over, and we're going to come to the place where Jesus, when he gets older and he begins his ministry, goes into the temple and literally flips the tables over. Jesus did not come to make Israel great again. What Jesus did come for is to make Israelites great again. Do you see the difference? Israelites wanted a great empire. Jesus wanted great people. Jesus wanted to heal the people wanted to heal the empire. You see, you can have empires full of miserable, mean, terrible people. History is plenty of evidence of that. That's not what God wanted. What God wanted was happy, whole, healthy people. Jesus wanted to rebuild the empire of every person's heart. And Israel was not expecting that. And guess what? Jesus doesn't change. He says, I'm the same yesterday, forever, today, and forevermore. I'm the same yesterday, today, and forevermore. In the Old Testament, he says, I'm the Lord. I do not change. His intent has always been to restore the human heart, to make us the kind of happy, healthy, whole, loving people that we were designed to be. This get and grab, us and them, rise above, conquer them, elevate us, win, lose mentality is not his kingdom. It never was his kingdom. It should shock us to read that when Jesus was born into this world, the very community, the very nation, the very people that were expecting him, that should have been ready for him and welcoming him, were completely caught off guard. And when the leader of the people found out that he had been caught off guard, his reaction was not one of humility or excitement or joy or, hey, let's bring this boy, let's bring this family, let's celebrate. No. Let's kill him. And let's be so sure that we killed him, let's kill a whole bunch of innocent babies in the process. Holding on to his tenuous grasp of the empire. What are you holding on to? What are you looking for? When you seek after God, what are you seeking for? When you pray, what are you praying for? What do you want from him? What do you expect from him? What do you think he expects from you? Who is he? What makes him happy? What makes him sad? What makes him joyful? What makes him angry? What makes him disappointed and frustrated? What makes him elated? What happens in this world that he notices with great satisfaction? And what are the things that happen that he just shakes his head with sadness? Do we know Jesus? Or do we just think we know Jesus? Are we using him as a political mascot? Do we think he favors our people over other people, whoever our people are? Jesus threw the world upside down. Because in an us and them world where they were looking for a new empire, he didn't come for that. He didn't even pick a side in the political battles within Israel. He crossed borders. He sat with the poor. He ate with the sinners. He was nothing like what they expected. And they were so baffled, so disillusioned, so confused, so infuriated that they killed him. Herod missed him. They didn't miss him later. Are we in danger of carrying his name like they did, having expectations like they did, yet completely missing him? I invite you to continue on this journey. It's an important journey. It's the only journey of this life that matters at all. We'll see you next time.